You are now listening to The Art of Reinvention by TeflonJohn, where my goal is to inspire you mentally, physically, financially, and spiritually. And I just want to help you grow the garden of your mind. I just want to change the world one person at a time by giving them motivational advice, inspirational advice. And right now, I'm glad that you're tuning in to the podcast show. So we want you to sit back, open up your mind, and just absorb all the content. Please share this content across all of your social media platforms as it will help this show grow. Sit back and enjoy. One love. Be blessed. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy TeflonJohn coming to you live tonight, courtesy of the I Am TeflonJohn brand. Tonight, we're just going to talk about faith. And first of all, just starting out, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is TeflonJohn. My goal is to inspire you and motivate you to become better mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. My website is www.iamteflonjohn.com. That's spelled John. And like I said, I just like to motivate you guys using videos, podcasts, blog posts, any type of media content that's going to help you grow. I like to use that. Like I said, tonight's video, if you look at the title, it kind of throws you off, right? Is having faith necessary? So we're going to talk about, is having faith necessary? I see some people are jumping on, and the title alone, it's kind of controversial. Is having faith necessary, right? And being someone that goes to church and who has a belief in God, you know what I mean? Like, faith is a popular topic when it comes to spiritual people and non-spiritual people, churchgoers and non-churchgoers. So what I want to do is kind of get you thinking tonight. I want you to think about faith, right? So is faith necessary? Is faith worth having? Is faith something that we need? My opinion, faith is necessary. If you're going to live in this life, and if you want something out of life, faith is necessary. One thing I've learned, that the bigger your wants, the bigger your goals are in life, the bigger your faith is, right? Some people live life, they live it in a satisfied manner where they get up, they go to work, they come home, they go to sleep, they get up, they go to work, they come home, they go sleep. They repeat that 5 times, and if they don't work weekends, they take the weekend, do their thing. Then they go Monday, they get up, go home, just go to sleep, get up in the morning, go to work, and they repeat this cycle. Now, the thing is, that doesn't really require any faith. That really doesn't require any belief. But I want to speak to the people that are actually on a job that they hate, or that are on a job that they love, but they want more out of life, right? Sometimes the desires in your heart, what you want in life, that you really can't shake it. No matter what you try to do, you're always thinking about it. You go to bed thinking about it. You're talking about it all day. Those desires that God has placed in your heart, it's going to take belief. It's going to take you actually believing in something bigger than yourself, believing in God that He can do it. Because faith is the substance of things hoped for. The substance of things hoped for. And normally substance is something that you can touch, but faith is so powerful that it's the substance of things hoped for. So you have to be able to hope and wish for something in order to have substance to make faith. You know what I mean? Like, if you think about an inventor, and I always use this, an inventor is trying to make something that doesn't exist. That person has to have some type of faith or some type of belief. What's up, Leone? Has to have some type of faith or some type of belief beyond what he can see, that he's going to create something to make the world better. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times, right, when it comes to having faith, and then when it comes to having belief, some of the people that you're going to go up against is your family members. Because you may have faith to be a model or the best barber, or a barber that wants to open up their own barber shop. And sometimes you're surrounded by realists. And what I mean is, by realists, they go by what they see. And if it doesn't make sense, it's not going to work out. So me telling somebody that I'm going to own my own gym, and then to the point where I'm telling them details, like I'm going to have the boxing ring in there. Say, well, I'm going to have a boxing program for troubled kids. I'm going to have a dance class, a spin class, and all this and all that. A realist only looks at what they can see. John, you're working a regular job. You got personal training on the side. Where are you going to get the money from, and how are you going to do this? I believe that one day it's going to happen. So it doesn't matter to me where the money is coming from. I know the money is coming. And the Bible also says faith without works is dead, right? So once you believe in something, you have to start working towards it. You don't wait for it to come. This new job that I got in October, everybody thought I was crazy. You know what I'm saying? The job came to me. It was crazy how everything worked out. But once I got width of it, I went and bought an outfit for my first day at work and hung it on the door. No joke. And it took like about 45 days, almost 2 months before they called me back. But I was looking at that outfit, believing that, I'm not going to put this on until I start my job. And I began to speak and declare that in the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful what you speak in the atmosphere, because having faith requires for you to speak and confess it. But you have to be careful when you're around realists and when you're around people that don't have faith, because they'll speak and throw those negative seeds at you. You know what I'm saying? So having faith is very necessary if you want to live a happy, abundant life. But let me tell you, it's two sides of the coin. The bigger the faith, the bigger the disappointment. Sometimes when you have faith for something and you don't get it yet, or when you want it, you are let down, and the disappointment is huge. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it's a lot of viewers on tonight that have faith for something, or had faith for something, and because they didn't get it, they were let down and they would actually hurt. But sometimes you got to realize that God isn't saying no all the time. Sometimes he's saying not yet. And sometimes you have to pray and ask, is it your will for me to have it? You see what I'm saying? A lot of times it's not God's will for you to have what you're asking for. So you have to pray and make sure that your desires line up with God's desires for you. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes down to it, sometimes when you want things, it's all in timing. You know what I'm saying? I had prayed for a new job when I was at my old job for years. It took years, but the timing was so perfect that everything that I went through and all that turmoil gave me enough tools and training to get good pay at this new job. And when I can walk in and be appreciative, you know what I'm saying? Well, I appreciate the atmosphere. I mean, I appreciate the people that I'm working with. Had I been blessed with that new job any earlier, man, I don't know if I would have made it. You know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't have been through what I've been through and grew. So faith is going to require you to surround yourself with other faithful people. It's going to come a time where it could be a spouse, your brother. It's going to be somebody that's close to you. And when you bring them your dream, or you bring them your vision and what you want to do, they're going to shoot it down, and it's going to hurt. And let me tell you, somebody, like if you ever boxed or fought anybody, right? They can't punch you or they can't lay hands on you unless they're close enough. And most of the times, if a non-believer is like a friend or a distant relative or somebody that you don't care about what they say. But when it really hurts is when it's your spouse, when it's your brother, your mother, when it's someone close to your heart. So sometimes you have to guard your dreams. You have to treat your dreams, your goals, or what you have faith in. Sometimes you have to treat it like a baby. Regardless, family, you don't let everybody watch your baby. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be in a tough place when it comes to believing in what you want, and you could be pretty rocky with it. You know what I mean? But the fact that you open up and share to somebody like, hey, I have faith for such and such, and I believe that I'm going to get such and such. The fact that the person that is close to you, right? You love them, you care about them, whether they're family, whether it's affectionate love or whatever. Now, by them throwing out that real, like, hey, how are you going to do this, man? You got a job. We got to pay bills. We got to do that. It'll rub off on you. And now you're looking for this person to validate what you believe. And if they don't believe in what you believe in, you stop believing. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes a realist, depending on who it is, a realist meaning they believe in what they can see. They don't have faith. Like they'll tell you, look, we got bills. You don't have time to be having these dreams, or you know what I'm saying? We got to make these payments. You don't have time to be having those dreams. And I'm not saying stop your responsibilities at home, but I'm saying you have to believe, you have to picture it. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a vision board. It's a poster board that has like bulletproof workouts. I have pictures of what I want in my gym. I have descriptions. And I look at it like every week, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I look at it daily. Like when I can get to it in the morning, I look at it. And when I leave the house, I have purpose. I have purpose where I'm going to grind and why. But I want y'all to realize that faith is necessary. You know what I'm saying? Faith is something that it's kind of crazy the way it works, because you're believing in something that hasn't happened yet. You're believing in something that you can't see. But I'm telling you, it's a chosen few of you guys that when you close your eyes, you're just so passionate about what you want out of life, whether it's a home, whether it's a spouse, whether it's, money, or whether it's a new building. Sometimes you can see it and feel it where you know it's going to happen. Keep believing and keep holding on to God that he's going to do it for you. Because the more you believe, right, the more possible that thing is going to happen. And let me tell you, having faith is not the easiest thing, because it's going to be times where you're going to look silly. I'm telling you, when I first started doing like the motivational thing, motivational speaking, a lot of people look at me like, John, you stutter a little bit and you fumble over words, and how you going to do that? And you know what I'm saying? So sometimes to people, you can't tell everybody what you want to do. You can't let your right hand know what your left hand doing. I don't care how close you are. We got to get out this being loyal thing. Like, some people are only comfortable with you as long as you're on their level. So if they making $5,000, you supposed to be making $5,000. You start making 10, and they're going to start shooting down or getting you to rethink that thing that you're doing to make $10,000. So I'm telling you, when it comes to faith, don't let anybody shoot it down. It's a reason why you have that in your heart. It's a reason why God gave you that thought process. It's a reason why God gave you that. But you got to step out on faith. When you think about Peter, in order for Peter to walk on water, right? Like, Peter walking on water was not the miracle to me. Even though I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I tried to walk on water, it may be hard. You know what I mean? Depending on according to my faith. But what I'm saying is, Peter walking on water wasn't the miracle, in my opinion. What the miracle was, he had enough faith to step out of the boat. Could you imagine Peter being in the boat with the other disciples and what they were saying? Like, man, you must be crazy to try to walk out there, it's storming, the wind's blowing. So imagine if he had listened to the people on the boat. That verse in the Bible, that story in the Bible would have been totally different had he stayed on. So what I want to do is motivate you guys to get off the boat. Get your feet wet. Try to walk on water, right? But if you remember the story in the Bible, Peter began to sink when he took his eyes off Jesus, when he took his eyes off God. You see what I'm saying? So whatever you do in life, no matter what you're going after, no matter what you believe, I don't care if it's for you and your spouse to reconnect. I don't care if it's you for a better career. Don't let anybody downplay it. Keep your eyes on God and begin to walk on water. Begin to get your feet wet. Remember, Peter had enough faith, enough belief to step off the boat. You see what I'm saying? He had enough faith, enough belief to step off the boat. Because I'm telling you, like, a lot of us want to do great things in life. You know what I'm saying? We want a better home. We want a better job, or we want our kids to act better, or we want to create a better atmosphere for our kids. But we're afraid to get off the boat. Why? Because we're listening to the people on the boat. Some people, hey, they'll be comfortable there. But you were called out with a purpose in your life and a seed planted in your heart with purpose to do bigger and better things. And it's going to require you to do bigger and better things. Like I told you, the Bible says faith without works is dead. If Peter had faith that he could walk on water, it didn't mean anything unless he was willing to try. In this season in your life, this part in your life, you must be willing to fail. You must be willing to fall flat on your face in whatever you're doing. And I don't care if you fall. I'm willing to fail doing everything this year. You know what I'm saying? But I got the faith that I'm going to try it. But if I fall, guess what? I'm going to fall forward. I remember in football, and I think Stan's watching, we was always taught when you run the football, fall forward because you'll gain some yardage. And in that falling process, right? In that believing process, having faith, if God doesn't do it for you yet, guess what? You've grown, you've learned, you've grown in that process. Sometimes disappointment is part of that process. You know what I mean? Every cake has to go in the oven at 350 to 400 degrees. You know what I mean? Diamonds are purified in the fire. You know what I'm saying? Wine, grapes are pressed, stepped on. So at some point, having belief and having faith in what you actually want, you're going to get in a messy situation or a tough situation, but it's part of that process. You got to make it out. It's part of the process. Think about anyone great, you know what I mean, from Steve Jobs. If you watch his movie, man, which is crazy, the one with not Adam Sandler, it's two movies. But if you watch his story, you'll see what he went through. The average person would have quit. You know what I'm saying? They fired him from his own company, but he was persistent. He was consistent and he kept on. And now I'm doing live videos from a device he had up here that no one at the company believed in. And now we're all using iPhones and going online and sharing. I'm in your living room or your bedroom now through a phone that he created that no one had faith in. So no matter how many people believe in what you want to do, it doesn't matter. As long as you believe and you have faith in God, keep pushing. Like I said, and I'm going to drill this in your head. It's a reason why you have those thoughts. It's a reason why you have those visions. It's a reason why that is in your heart and you're so passionate about it. It is a reason. And it's up to you to keep pushing and keep believing. It's up to you. You know what I mean? So I'm going to end this live video with this. You know what I mean? Peter, the difference between Peter and all the other people on the boat is he had enough faith to take the step off the boat, to get off the boat, to get up during the storm and attempt to walk on water to meet Jesus. And I'm pretty sure during that walk between his first step and him making it to it, it was a lot of growth, because as he took his eyes off Jesus, he began to what? Sink. He began to sink. But as he put his eyes back on him, he began to walk again. So what I want you guys to do is, a lot of you have stopped believing. A lot of you have pushed your goals to the side. A lot of you have stopped going after what you want in life because you've taken your eyes off God and put it on your spouse or put it on your friends or put it on the economy or put it on the news or whatever that's causing you not to believe. Put it back on God and rise up in that water and begin to walk. And I'm going to end it with that. Is faith necessary? We would like to thank you for listening to this episode of The Art of Reinvention by TeflonJohn. And we encourage you to share this episode across all your social media platforms. And we also encourage you to visit our website at www.imteflonjohn.com and follow us on all our social media platforms at facebook.com/realteflonjohn, twitter.com/realteflonjohn, and instagram.com/realteflonjohn. And while you're on Facebook, go ahead and like our page so you can receive first-hand notifications every time we go live with a motivational video or any motivational content. And as I always say, one love, be blessed.